Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Now I will tell you about one of the most amazing cities, its history and some interesting facts. Detroit City, seat of Wayne County, southeastern Michigan, U.S. It is located on the Detroit River, connecting Lakes Erie and St. Clair, opposite Windsor, Ontario, Canada. It was founded in 1701 by a French trader, Antoine de la Mothe Cadillac, who built a fort on the river and named it Fort Pontchartrain du Detroit in honor of his patron, the French word Detroit meaning straight. Later the British called it simply Detroit. In the 20th century the city's name became synonymous with the American automotive industry. Population 1 million. Detroit is situated on a broad, generally flat plain. The downtown area retains vestiges of a hexagonal street pattern laid out early in the 19th century that largely disappeared as the city expanded. Most of the city's commercial and civic buildings are concentrated in the downtown area near the river and include the City-County Building, Cobo Hall, a convention and exhibit building, Cobo Arena, and the Renaissance Center, completed in 1977, which includes a 73-story hotel. Many of the city's museums and the public library, however, are located about 2 miles, 3 kilometers, to the northwest in the Detroit Cultural Center. Suburbs ring Detroit, and the city completely surrounds the communities of Hamtramck and Highland Park. Detroit has a diversified manufacturing and shipping base, but the city's economy remains unusually sensitive to the fortunes of the automotive industry. As a result, economic booms and depressions have been felt more heavily in Detroit than in most areas of the country. In addition to motor vehicles and automotive parts, the city's factories produce machinery, including industrial robots, steel, and chemicals. The service sector has become increasingly important. Roads dominate Detroit's transportation system and include an extensive network of express highways. The Detroit People Mover, a light rail system serving the Central Business District, was completed in 1987. It was originally intended to serve as part of a regional transit system. However, the required funding never materialized. Few were willing to campaign for rail transit in a city that was tied so closely to the automobile, and the People Mover became little more than a curiosity for tourists. The city is connected to Windsor by a bridge and a tunnel. The Detroit River is heavily used by Great Lakes shipping, and the region's port facilities handle large quantities of raw materials. Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport is located about 17 miles southwest of downtown. History. In the early 18th century, Detroit became an important fur trading post. In 1760, during the French and Indian War, it was surrendered to the British. France's Indian allies, notably the Ottawa under Chief Pontiac, tried to capture the fort in 1763 but were defeated. The Jay Treaty, November 19, 1794, provided for the evacuation of the U.S. control. In 1805 Detroit became the capital of the newly created Michigan Territory. In that same year a fire destroyed many buildings, and the town had to be rebuilt. Soon after the outbreak of the War of 1812, Detroit was again surrendered to the British, but the Americans recaptured it in September 1813. In 1815 Detroit was incorporated as a city. In 1818 the first steamboat on the upper Great Lakes began regular runs between Buffalo, New York, and Detroit. Grain and other agricultural produce poured into the city by rail and water for processing and forwarding to other parts of the United States and to Europe. Detroit became one of the flour-milling centers of the country. It was the capital of the state of Michigan from its creation in 1837 until 1847, when the capital was moved to Lansing. Now 10 things you didn't know about Detroit. 1. Detroit's Belle Isle Park is the largest urban island park in the country. Never heard of it? Sizing up to nearly 1,000 acres, it was opened in the 1880s as Detroit's first city park. In fact, Belle Isle was designed by Frederick Olmsted, the architect of Central Park in New York City. In addition to more than 150 acres of protected woodlands, there's a golf course, museum, nature zoo, conservatory and sports fields. 2. More than 70 feature films and a dozen television shows have been filmed in Detroit. Who wouldn't want to spend an afternoon traipsing around town checking out the film locations of Transformers, Evil Dead, Beverly Hills Cop and Freaks and Geeks? It's free. And check out our list of all of the movies filmed in Michigan so you can do your research beforehand. 3. Detroit was absolutely essential in the winning of WWII. Of course, any Detroit devotee knows the city's auto manufacturing history, but did you know that in early 1942 Detroit's big three automakers, Ford, Chrysler and GM, halted car production to concentrate on the war mission? Everything from Sherman tanks to B-24 bombers came out of Detroit's factories, and Stalin himself once remarked to FDR that Detroit is winning the war. 4. Bootleg liquor was big business in Detroit during Prohibition. In 1920, Prohibition hit the U.S. like a ton of bricks. That's why the Detroit River, less than a mile wide at some points, was the thoroughfare through which nearly 75% of all illegal liquor entered the country from neighboring Canada. Detroit is still home to some of the coolest dive bars and most innovative mixologists in the country. 5. The city's food scene has been thriving since 1897. That's the year the first ice cream soda was said to be invented right in downtown. And the food scene has grown so much since then, from Slow's Barbecue and Right and Amp Co. to celebrity chef Michael Simmons' Roast. Eastern Market, one of the largest flower markets in the world, offers dry goods, butcher shops and a plethora of old and new restaurants. For good reason. The Pistons, NBA, Lions, NFL, Red Wing, 6. All four major pro sports have called Detroit home since 1957. Some people call Detroit the sports capital of the Midwest, and for good reason. The Pistons, NBA, Lions, NFL, Red Wings, NHL, and Tigers, MLB, all play in downtown Detroit and all have more than once won their respective sports championship. At any month during the year it's possible to attend a professional sporting event in Detroit. Visit Comerica Park, Ford Field, or the brand new Little Caesars Arena for a game and you'll have a true Detroit experience. 7. There's a lot of really great art in Detroit. The Detroit Institute of Arts has one of the largest collections in the nation with more than 60,000 pieces of art. There are dozens of other museums boasting everything from contemporary art to African American history. Much of the best art in the city is actually free and open to the public at least one day a week. Check out the Belt or Eastern Market to see some of the most unique murals in the D. 9. Downtown is home to the second tallest hotel in the entire USA. Up until December of 2013, the Detroit Marriott at the Renaissance Center was the country's tallest hotel at more than 75 stories tall. Manhattan's new Midtown Marriott stands just 23 feet higher but doesn't have nearly as much history. 10. Detroit holds a lot of firsts. A lot of firsts. The first paved road, first individually assigned phone numbers, first state fair and even the first place an automatic coffee maker was ever used. Detroit's always been home to some truly innovative thinkers, and it still is. That's all for today. Subscribe to the Magic Cities channel and stay with us. Good luck.